Hey guys, Ronan Unchained. John Wick Chapter 2 finally has arrived. Excited as hell to see this film. I love the first film. When it was first announced that they were going to do a Chapter 2, I was happy but worried. Why? Because I've been burned in the past with Taken. First Taken is amazing. Taken 2 is... let's not talk about that. Now AJ, what about you? You excited for it? You have any expectations? Are you worried?
Well, the first one did have I hope there's a good continuation when it comes to the story. First off, it turned out with him losing the love of his life, and then he retired from killing and whatnot. And well, now he's back, and there's got to be a lot more action in this one. That's one thing that I'm hoping for, because I remember seeing on videos online on social media where
his fight sequences.
He's actually practicing.
Yeah.
On targets and stuff. He looks like he actually knows what he's been training with actual weapons.
Yeah.
So that makes it a lot more exciting, and that's where the expectation comes from, where you just need more action. So cool cars, lots of shooting, lots of killing, lots of sick moves. So that's what I'm hoping for in terms of John Wick 2, to get more action. To see how many other people, I guess, beat him, to see how much of a badass he actually is, because he's back. So yeah, that's just a lot more action.
One thing all I gotta say to this film is don't go the Taken 2 route, and give me another reason why I should love John Wick even more. And hopefully it turns out for the best. Where are we going?
About go movies or not? Do not take your kids to watch this movie. I like magic.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Half of the fucking movie is about the Joker.
Huh?
But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Damn, this movie. Whew. Okay. We're gonna tell you what we thought about it. We liked it. I liked it.
I loved it.
And my brother, who prefers not to be shown, likes it mysterious, he liked it. He loved it. This movie starts off with a bang, and it could literally be, an hour, maybe two, after the first one. They said it was really right after the first one. I think a month or two. I can't remember. But it starts out with John Wick looking for his car that Yusuf Terrell, what's his last name, Brian? But Yusuf, who took his car, lent it to his uncle, or gave it to his uncle, who was I don't know the actor's name, but he's famous for the Call of Duty commercials, and he's in Armageddon as well. I don't know his name top of my head, but he was awesome. John gets his car back, and he strikes a peace with the Russian guy. I think he's Russian.
Yeah, he's Russian.
Yeah.
The one thing I liked about it was the fact that he could hear John Wick getting his car back, not killing really. He beat up everybody.
It's like hearing a hurricane or the storm coming.
And you can see the terror in his face, holy shit, he's still out there, they haven't taken him down yet. And he cuts back to the fighting, then he cuts back to him, and he's fucking terrified.
Bullet after bullet, body after body falling. It was horror terror. And it started off good. But it started off before the credits hit of them both having peace and him telling him good luck with retirement, John Wick. And at that point, I was a little bit worried, because I'm like, wait a minute. In the previous film, he had just got back from retirement to avenge his puppy. Spoilers, who hasn't seen it.
He came for love.
He came for love, for his car, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But I was concerned, okay, he got back from retirement. He's gonna go back to retirement. How is this film supposed to go on? And what they did brilliantly is they added more history to the lore of the world of John Wick. Some guy from his past comes to his house and tells him that he he doesn't tell them anything, but he shows them this emblem. That's sort of Ark of the Covenant type crystal thing that's from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it has fingerprints with blood, and it's John's. Apparently, the famous mission, the impossible mission that he was sent to do to get out of the world, he had help from this Italian guy, Antonio something. I can't remember his name.
Antonio. Fuck. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I honestly I just saw it. I can't remember it either.
Antonio. Let's just call him Antonio.
Antonio.
He's Italian, and John's like, I'm through with this. Like, I'm not the guy anymore. I'm sorry. And tells him, like, you know what happened after these repercussions? That you have to. It's a debt that you owe me. You have to complete it. I'm sorry, I can't. Goes away. And then a minute or two later, he blows up John's house. John doesn't die. The new dog doesn't die.
Yeah, I was about to say, when the house blew up and if the dog died again, I'm gonna be like, no, you guys are pulling too much crap from the first movie already.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
So he's pissed now. And he's contemplating whether he should attack him or do what he says. So he goes to the Continental. And he meets up with the guy at the counter, who I don't know his name is top of my head right now, but it's so good to see you again, Mr. Wick.
I love his formalness, yeah.
And he goes up and meets with Winston, and Winston's telling him, "What the fuck are you doing? What the hell? What was out through your mind of making that deal?" John's like, "It was my own choice." He tells him, "You can either kill him, everyone comes up to you, or you do what he says, and then you die." John decides to meet up with him again, the Italian. Okay, give me the mark. The Italian guy tells him, "Go kill my sister." Which I'm right when he said that, I'm like, okay.
No, well, obviously the sister, after I heard that the sister inherited something that the brother wanted, so that's basically what, and he wanted it. Basically a chair at the big boy table.
Yeah, at the high table. Which is this whole committee, I guess, of gangsters from around the world, Russians, Japanese, Chinese, whatever. But he wanted his spot. So John,
he basically went off and did it, but she took her own life first.
Yeah.
Because she already knew, he basically got the job done. He just appeared in the room. He had everything planned out, his escape planned out, and everything. And she's like, you know what? I know you can put a bullet in my head right now. I know you're obligated to right now because you're binded and all that. So I want to go out on my terms though. So she
slices her own.
Slit her wrist. No, in the death way, the vertical way, the bad way, the get the job done way.
And this is not something particular with the film, but guys, the minute that happened, I walked out the theater. My head was swollen up. I couldn't. It was graphical.
It was very graphic, honestly.
And say what you think of, like, oh, what a pussy. Oh. It was just like I was second row, face, the screen was on my face, wrist slid.
And
what
also,
the fuck?
We were right in front of the speakers too, so you can literally hear
the flesh cutting, and the blood coming out. And it was
all the bones cracking in every scene. You could hear it, you could literally feel it. I honestly, in one part, I literally felt the entire theater cringe.
Yeah.
From the bones that were breaking.
And so I walked off, sorted out, okay, it's just a movie, go back. And I missed the best action.
He missed, he walked off, after she slit her wrist, obviously when you hit someone that high, she's got security. So he has to get out now. That is when you see all the whole thing, how he sets up and everything like that. He was there for that. He set up his escape, and everything like that. Now it's how he executes it. And he literally, wow. Every guy he killed had a headshot. Like whether they got shot in the freaking body and they were dead, he finished it off with a headshot. And he just like did a bunch of rolls and flips, and literally like there was hand-to-hand combat, there was rifles, there was shotguns, there were handguns, there was there were knives, like there was bones breaking, there was people like he flipped other people. I think flipping was like his specialty because he literally slams people all around the place. So yeah, like he went underground. He has a bunch of hidden weapons everywhere, an AR-15, a shotgun. What else did he have? He had one more thing. Like he had something else. I forgot. Maybe another handgun or something like that. But what I like most about him is that when he's out of ammo, like say he's out of ammo with his AR-15, he has his handgun. He just whips it out. Boom, boom, boom. Gets every area clear. Puts it back. Reloads. Like he's just so quick and precise with everything that he does. So like he knows, okay, I'm about to run out of ammo. There's still people around me. Just freaking flip to that pistol. Boom, 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 boom. Like it was just so like he just already knew. It's like he planned out everything like accordingly. He's just like, wow, like that. I think that was like one of the best scenes in the movie, and I can't believe you missed it.
Yeah, when I got back, my brother just leaned over like, dude, he didn't say fucking, but you missed a lot. And I'm like, story or action? Action. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, actually, like there's a ton of story. There's a ton of build up when it comes to every action scene. So they got to tell you why he's fighting, because like, so there's a lot of build up. So he stayed for the build up, but he left when the action was starting. So that I was like, I literally looked at him. I'm like, where are you going? Like I was thinking in my head. I didn't say anything. I was like, where the fuck are you going?
Yeah.
The best part's about to come.
But what I'm gonna do right now is just praise what we liked, and that's sort of the beginning of the half of the film, because I don't want to ruin the last half. But I'll let you know. I'll say this: that after the death of the mark that John was supposed to do, he's on the run, and while on the run, the same guy who healed a death decides, okay, I got what I wanted. Now it's time to throw John out of the picture. He puts a contract on his life for $7 million to everyone.
Every assassin
in the world.
Well, not in the world, in New York.
New York?
That's where he is. He's in New York. That's where, like, every assassin in New York, it's an open contract, and they all got that message,
And so now John is fighting for his life while being screwed over because he paid his debt. And
well, obviously that pissed him off. So.
Yeah, and we can get into more, but I just want to end there for story-wise, because the ending, the build-up to the ending was woo. We'll leave it at that for story-wise. Likings, from what I saw, the action, the gunfire, the stunts, the choreography was amazing, and the cinematography, how it captured all that content was beautiful. It was stunning. It was everyone set the bar for the first one. Everyone was setting the bar because this is a sequel. You gotta do better. I'll say this because I'm still trying to figure it out. It lives up to the build-up. It lives up to the hype. We can say that? It lives up to the hype.
I think so. Like, I was honestly really... The one expectation that I had was action. And, like, it started off with action. When I was in my seat, I'm like, how is it going to start off? Is it going to start off slow like the first movie did? Like, when it comes to, like, story-wise, and then go into action? Or is it going to start off with action right then and there? I kind of figured it might have started with action because, like, he was in action when the last movie ended.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope it starts with action, and it did. There's cars, there's action, there's like bloodshed, there's everything. This movie is pretty gory, actually. Like, yeah, like
more than the first one. The first one, like, people got shot and you saw it, but the after, it was
like, it's just wow. Like,
they used the visuals to its benefit when it came to the violence. I'm telling you guys, it made me want to go out for some person slicing the wrist. I mean, come on.
Like, honestly, I felt that too, but I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just like this, like holding my wrist. I'm like, no. Why did you do that? Just take the bullet.
And story, like I said, story-wise, this movie added more to the lore of the John Wick world. And I'll say this: is it good as a standalone film? I don't think so. Having said that, it's a good compliment and a good next direction or step from the first one. So it's, I don't want to, I'm kind of like comparing it to other films. But like I said it before, you gotta do better than Taken 2. It did by billion. And everyone, it wasn't just like, oh, he's in it. Everyone had significance, some more than others. But everyone that you noticed, you're like, oh, it's that dude from that, or it's her from that. Everyone was pivotal and mattered. It wasn't like, Common was a rival hitman that was and I will say this movie humanized John Wick more than the first one. And the reason because of that was because of the writing, the directing, and Common beat the shit out of Keanu, and it was like, whoo.
Wait, who? The bodyguard of the
bodyguard
lady,
of the lady.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Look at it this way with this, like humanitarian, basically showing that John is human. You know, like he's not like
007.
You know, like he's not like that one guy who can like literally think every move possible and find the best one and be like, I could kill you at any point that I want. They literally like kind of like showed like, hey, this guy's actually human. He can get hurt. He can get hit. You see him limping. But he's been through a lot after, even before that fight. Like not only that, once look at how he got into the fight. He got run over.
Yeah.
But even then, he held his own. Yeah. Like, you know, and so like I can understand. Like honestly, if he was like at like 100%, he would have kicked his ass easy.
Yeah.
He literally killed I don't know how many people, like 4 dozen people before he got into that fight.
Yeah.
And you know, like after that, you know, he was limping and all that. And then right when he got into that fight, you know, like he was just like he was run over first of all.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, like I'm all like, how, like you come to think how you, like I understand why he's still standing. You know, he didn't take so much damage, but like, you know, it's all about stamina. It's all about he's tired and this and that. So the guy's getting him good. He's like, you know, like it's like but he's still kind of holding his own to survive. You know, he's surviving that fight.
Yeah.
The way the fight ended, though, was the fact that they got into continental ground. Like the fight ended up going. They went through the glass door.
But not in the New York one.
Not in the New York one. This is in Rome when he was trying to escape from killing the Italian sister.
And this was cool. I think I can only assume that Frank. I think it's Frank. His name is Franco Nero. If it isn't, I'm sorry, but it looked like Franco Nero, the original Django. What I assumed was he was Winston's brother or a cousin that was in charge of another Continental in Rome. John come in fighting, and they're like, gentlemen, should I remind you of the rules of the Continental? And they stop their fight, and they're like, may I recommend you guys go to the bar?
Yeah.
They go to the bar, and they're like, you know I'm gonna kill you. You know that, and you're like sure, and John's like sure, and it's sort of trash talk, but it's friendly.
It's a friendly trash talk,
professional,
you know? Like,
trash
it's like
talk.
Like I'll kill you slow, I'll kill you fast. Don't worry. You know?
I'll do my best for you as well. Or like I won't make any promise to you as well. And then, yeah, Winston was again a friend of John's, but this time he was the one that he saw everything going, and he was warning everyone, not just John, but also Antonio or Santino, whatever. Antonio. John. He told John, like, do this or do that. This is going to happen. This is the rules. And when John paid his debt, and the guy ordered a contract on it, Winston told him he paid his debt. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you're doing. And you know, you stabbed the devil in the back. You stabbed the devil in the back after he left from where he was. You burned the priest's temple to the ground. and it was very poetic. And god damn it, I love Ian McShane. I love him. Ruby Rose. I think I'm not the world's biggest Ruby Rose fan.
No, I love Ruby Rose.
He loves Ruby Rose, and I thought that she didn't speak a word. She was silent.
She did sign language. I think she can't speak. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like she never spoke.
But she was prepared. Had a silencer, knife, and same thing as Common's character. Fights were good with her, and they had their like have a good night, see you soon. And John was like, sure.
No, yeah.
And
like, yeah.
I think she was cool. She was cool in that part as well. And Lawrence Fishburne appearing as not an ally, but someone that John bumped into, an old acquaintance. He sort of runs this big organization that's underworld, where they dress themselves up as homeless, and he's boss. He's the boss, and John goes to him and tells him, "I need your help. I need to know where Antonio is at, where his people are at." And he's like, "Why should I do this? Because I can help you. Help you what? With my organization? I'm doing well." And he sold it to him like, "Look, I paid a debt, and this debt makes Antonio charge of his organization and a member of the high table, and they'll definitely come after New York and everyone else." And Lawrence Fishburne is like, "What's your point?" Sort of, and John says, within the trailer, "You either want to, what do you want? You want a war, or do you want to just give me a gun and let me take the heat for it?" And John is just committed to just someone help me, and you get less heat than I will. And but yeah, the I think it's the same director from the first one. They upped the ante, and I want to tell you the ending, but I talked with these guys again. They're like, the ending is too precious and too pivotal to ruin for you guys. But stay tuned with the film, okay? But yeah, we love this film. It's still up in the air whether it's good or just as better than the first one.
Oh shit!
I could say, damn. But I'll say that it lived up to the hype and met our expectations, and it threw my worries out of the window completely. And there's references to the first one,
yeah,
and there's surprises, and you're gonna love this fucking movie's actions and story build up. But yeah, guys, AJ, final thoughts?
Like, I can't, like, I actually didn't think that Ruby Rose did have a fight scene, and I didn't think she was gonna, like, I thought she was, like, I didn't know how she was gonna do, because I never actually seen her do a fight scene at all.
Me neither, that's why I was like,
so,
what?
like, and also these fight scenes, like, I couldn't really tell the stunt double. I can't tell if that was them themselves, because Ruby got thrown into the wall and she fell hard, and but she got back up.
Like,
you know, whoa! I'm like, that's still her. There's no way they can like just swap a stunt woman. He literally threw her ass on the wall, and then like she fell down. And I'm all like, shit, and she got back up.
But overall, the film, what you thought?
I did love the fight scenes. I love the fact that he can just kill anybody. Like he's human, you know, like, but like his thoughts, you know, the way he thinks. He was in a crowd and he managed to still wipe out all the like his targets.
Yeah,
without even like, you know, killing any civilians. So like you got to think how sharp he is and how like tactical and creative he can be. So he's human, but they don't make him like impossible to kill, but he's definitely really hard to kill. So like fight scenes were good, guns were good. Well, actually, they didn't really put many cars in there, did they?
They put a couple. It was mostly his Camaro, but it was sort of like I think if they would have added too much cars, it would have been just another Fast and the Furious film. Which I like that it just like he cared about this car and that was it.
Well, the only reason why he cared about the car so much was because the note that there was a note, like a happy birthday card, and it had a picture of him and his wife, and like, you know, a little note in there. So I think that's the one thing that he kind of cared about the most, rather than the car. The car, he completely trashed before he got home.
That was a nice car.
Yeah, like he kept it, and then like he's all like who's the guy that
Aurelio. Fucking Aurelio.
Yeah, fucking like
I'll
like,
fix it. I can get it done.
Yeah, in like 2030, you know, like so like yeah, I mean there's jokes here, okay? I think it's like
and they land.
Yeah,
they land.
It's sprinkled on really good. So like I did love the joke, the humor behind it as well.
There's humor in this film and it delivered. I was worried that with so much violence and thrill, the joke would be like, it'd be like, oh my god, did he just really say that? Did they just?
There's a lot of references to the first movie, so like if you don't watch the first movie, you're not gonna get these jokes.
Yes.
So definitely watch the first movie before watching this one, and I'll rate this
out of 10. How much?
Out of 10. Out of 10 pistols, I rate it an 8.5 out of 10.
If I'm giving John Wick the first film, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. The first film, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. This one, it goes to 9.1 out of 10. It's good, man. But I right now I can't really tell. It's like you asked me, A New Hope or Empire. I'm gonna say A New Hope, but goddamn Empire, and I hate comparisons. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this review, guys. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, check out AJ Cosmic at his channel, and leave any comments down below. And try not to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. Remember, I want everyone to enjoy this film.
At least not the ending.
At least not the ending. But I'll say one word.
No! No! Stop that! Take that off the video.
But hope you guys enjoy the video and see you guys in the next review.